Toyota has finally done what we all thought they'd never do. After 10 years, they finally slapped a turbocharged engine in an 86. And not only that, but it's the turbocharged G16E GTS that's found in the GR Corolla hot hatch we've all been waiting for. And that thing's pumping out 100 horsepower per cylinder. It's an absolute beast of an engine in terms of efficiency, and would mean the Gr86 could jump to 300 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. But before you get too excited, I got some bad news for you. You see, Toyota is only putting this engine into a small batch of Gr86s to conduct internal tests regarding synthetic oils. Despite all the hype, all the potential, all the dreams this would finally fulfill, it turns out that this is just a little science experiment Toyota is running, which is definitely a shame. Because, well, no matter how much you ask for it, Toyota just won't turbocharge the 86. Well, why? Well, today on Blinker Fluid, we're gonna get into that. Let's go. Why they don't do it? Why? Toyota has a long history of collaborating with other car makers, which has allowed them to produce cars they otherwise couldn't risk developing on their own. Most recently, the BMW-powered Supra and the Toyota Gr86 BRZ. The 86 platform was the product of a collaboration between Subaru and Toyota for Toyota's youth-oriented Scion brand. Rest in peace. They shared the cost on designing and manufacturing these sporty two-doors to make it more affordable for both companies. That's resulted in two models offered by two manufacturers that are essentially the same car. There are minor differences between the two models besides the badges, but for the most part, these cars are mechanically the same. In fact, they're all manufactured at the same plant, a Subaru plant. They share the same gearbox and engine, a Subaru-made flat 4. Even if you purchase a Toyota badged Gr86, when you pop the hood, you find all kinds of Subaru badged parts inside. So, what's that got to do with whether or not we'll ever get a production version of an 86 Turbo? Well, quick recap. The car is mechanically the same as the competitor Subaru's BRZ. They are both manufactured at a Subaru facility. They both run a Subaru 2.4 liter Boxer engine. So, unless Toyota wants to upset the partner that's literally manufacturing a car for them, well, they're probably not going to want to put a more powerful turbocharged Toyota engine in a production model 86. Alternatively, they could dump Subaru entirely and start manufacturing 86 themselves, but that might break whatever contract they have with Subaru and would certainly massively increase the cost for both Toyota and consumers. Definitely not ideal. But you know what is ideal? This, well, is that a Supra shirt? Which you can snag this limited edition best-selling tee up here, which won't cost you a lot for 5 extra horsepower. And while we're on the subject of cost, you know, the 86 has always been about as affordable as a sporty coupe could be. It was even launched under the now defunct low-cost, youth-oriented Scion badge for less than $25K. The 2022 Gr86 base model lists for MSRP at $27,700, which is right in line with the new Mazda Miata with an MSRP of $27,650. So yeah, dropping a snail into every model would certainly increase that price and push the Gr86 out of that entry-level sweet spot of below $30,000. Now, even if Toyota did decide to take over manufacturing entirely, and even if they didn't mind bumping up the costs associated with dropping a G16E under every hood, or any other turbocharged variant for that matter, unless they decided to rework the existing flat 4 or convince Subaru to start stuffing in an STI power plant in BRZs and 86s, they'd have a couple problems on their hands. They'd have to recertify the car for crash safety and emissions. But they'd also have their work cut out in the suspension department, because, you know, things like to go bump in the dark. Okay, that was a bad joke. But what we're not joking about is the whole balance and weight distribution of the car would be upset. The whole concept of the 86 was to get as close to 50-50 weight distribution as possible. And they're sitting pretty darn close at 53-47. A new G16E would change the weight distribution, and the switch from a flat 4 to inline 3 would also raise the center of gravity, which could result in a wildly different driving feel. And balancing this out for a production model would take more research, time, and money, and that would all contribute to pricing up a Gr86 even more. As much as we enthusiasts love more horsepower, more boost, and More turbos! Well, the Gr86 is already an amazing, ready-to-rip every apex vehicle. Toyota and Subaru have spent the last 10 years honing and improving the handling. They've balanced and improved the torque curve to deliver power across the RPM range. I mean, they have essentially perfected the naturally aspirated two-door, four-seat sports coupe. Plus, there's 10 years worth of aftermarket support for anyone who does want more power boost and whistle noises. And that's only in the moaning. Heck, Works offers this simple boost kit which claims that you can install it in less than a day. So I got a question for you. Should we take them up on that challenge? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see us try. And try as they might, maybe it's best that the 86 remains naturally aspirated. You know, it's fun, it's an enthusiast car, it's an entry-level coupe. The one you buy stock to modify to your liking and turn into your own Supra Slayer for less money. It already gives more miles per gallon than many cars on the road. But maybe, just maybe, there's still hope someday we'll see a turbo production version. So, why is there still hope? Well, Toyota has been doing a lot for enthusiasts lately, which means there is this glimmer of hope that someday, maybe they will make a production 86 with a G16E or some kind of other boosted variant under the hood. The GR Corolla is poised to take over as king of the hot hatches from the outgoing Subaru WRX STI, which I guess all new STIs aren't going to be in the garage anymore, eh? Plus, the 5th gen Supra that Trav and I just drove finally gets a manual transmission. There's even an electric hypercar follow-up to the Lexus LFA in the works. And yeah, I think I'm speaking for all of us, pretty excited about that. But what about the 86? Well, as of 2021, Toyota officially changed the name from 86 to the Gr86 along with the visual refresh. Now, you'd think that adding just 2 letters to a model name doesn't really do much. But GR, it stands for a lot. Gazoo Racing is Toyota's motorsport division, and they've spent the last decade just crushing it. Since 2018, Gazoo Racing has racked up several World Rallycross championships. And they've won the 24-hour of Le Mans for the last 5 consecutive years. So it's very clear that Toyota takes Gazoo Racing seriously. And so to put a GR badge on the 86 means that they take the Gr86 seriously too. In fact, they take it so seriously, they're planning on racing special 1.4-liter turbocharged Gr86s in Japan's Super Taiku Racing Series. And the US is getting some racing love too. You see, Toyota is launching a single-make racing series in North America featuring, well, you guessed it, the Gr86. This will be a series of full-on racing spec 86s going head-to-head at 14 world-class circuits like COTA, Sebring, Road America, and a little racetrack known as, well, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But Toyota wants you and me to have so much fun with the 86 that we don't need converted race specs to have bunches of thrills, because as of 2021, every new Gr86 sold comes with a 1-year membership to NASA. Whoa, we're going to space, boys. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's, I guess your new coupe doesn't go to the moon. It's a different NASA. The National Autosport Association hosts high-performance driving events all across the country, and your membership includes 1 complimentary HPDE track day, complete with a driving instructor ride-along to teach you how to push your Gr86 out on the track. All evidence that Toyota sees the Gr86 as more than just a fun-to-drive, entry-level enthusiast car, but a bona fide performance vehicle. And they want us to see it that way too. So maybe a little down the line, they'll see fit to put a Toyota badge turbocharged engine in the bay of these bad boys and have a proper all-Toyota sports car that pushes ever forward towards the Supra. So what do you think? Would you like to see Toyota turbo the 86 right from the factory? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to see what we made with the Shift-It-Yourself Supra and the GR Corolla, click on this video right here, or check out what YouTube recommends you watch next down here. Otherwise, I'm Brad, this is Ideal. Please subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you're new, and promise me one thing, keep living the Ideal lifestyle. Choo 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 choo.